Now it's time to review another game which I played when I was just a small child, and I had no idea about all the troubles that I'd be facing during my teenage years and today. Now first off, let's talk about the star of this game, who is Mickey Mouse. He is one of the most recognisable fictional characters in history, making his first appearance way back in 1928, a time when all was well. The 1920s was a decade that was a very revolutionary one in how the world worked and how it still works today. It was a decade of the economic boom in America, and Mickey's first appearance in 1928, the year before the Wall Street crash, is one that has gone down in history because we all know that Mickey Mouse is still around today, and he is the mascot for Walt Disney merchandise, and rightfully so. He's an icon. It's just like how Super Mario is for Nintendo or Sonic the Hedgehog for Sega. Like those two said gaming icons, Mickey has changed a hell of a lot since his first appearance nearly 90 years ago now, believe it or not. He's been a star of many Disney feature films, such as Fantasia, or Fantasia, however you would say that. Yeah, that film was just weird. Apparently, if you take a few drugs, or get drunk before watching that film, you will enjoy it a whole lot more. But as well as the movies, Mickey Mouse, along with his other Disney pals, such as Donald Duck, have had their first share of video games. One that stands out for me was Donald Duck Quack Attack for the Nintendo 64. But I'm going to talk about that game some other time, so perhaps you may see a review of that someday. But today, I'm going to talk to you about a game that I had the misfortune to play as a young child. Oh, this was bad. Terrible, in fact. Disney's Magic Mirror, starring Mickey Mouse, was a Nintendo GameCube exclusive. Okay. Hold up for a second. What is this atrocity called again? Disney's Magic Mirror, starring Mickey Mouse. Why? Why is this game called this? Now, you know how I don't like titles that either don't make sense or are just too long for no silly reason. It's just stupid. Cast your mind back to my review of King Kong.
This game was made to tie in with the release of the 2005 film adaptation of King Kong by the Lord of the Rings director Peter Jackson. So, what did they call it? King Kong the game? Of course they didn't. They called it Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie. Jesus Christ, why does the title of this game have to be so friggin' long?
So you know I don't like the title of this game. Alright then, what should it be called then? Mickey Mouse and the Magic Mirror? Mickey Mouse Magic Mirror? Well, it certainly sounds better than the shit that is stamped on the front cover of this game already, doesn't it? Yeah, I know Mickey Mouse is a Disney product, but did they really need to use his name in the title of the game? Yes, the man was a legend, and that shows because his company is still making huge profits to this day with the movies and with the theme parks. Did they really need to use his name in the title of the game though? Crikey, I'm already a couple of minutes into this video and I haven't even talked about this game properly yet and what it's all meant to be about. Well, I say it's a game. I like to call it an abomination. Just remember, I don't like titles that don't make sense or are too long. I mean, when does the title of something tell you that it stars someone? In this case, Mickey Mouse. It's like getting a new Zelda game and calling it something like Nintendo's The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, starring Link. It's just bloody stupid. Just keep the titles short and sweet, like Mickey Mouse Magic Mirror. It just sounds much better. Alright, so finally we're going to talk about the plot of this shit turd. Mickey Mouse is asleep and he has this dream. He sees this ghost thing and he goes into this mirror. Now, let me ask you, who could this ghost be? Could it be Walt Disney coming back from beyond the grave, trying to warn us all not to play this piece of filth because it uses his name on the front cover and it is disrespectful to his memory and Mickey Mouse in every way that you could think of? Actually, that could make some sense. But Disney isn't buried, is he? He's frozen, so they say, and one day he will return. People need to really let it go. Yeah, let it go, Get it? Frozen? Let it go? Where did that rumour even come from about Disney being frozen anyway? I just want to clarify, Disney isn't frozen. As cool as it would sound... as cool as it would sound, yeah, alright, okay. So anyway, Mickey enters this world inside this mirror, and pretty much the whole game takes place inside here. Inside, you find all these doors, and the game just feels like this endless maze. Now, the concept doesn't sound too bad, and at first it isn't, but it soon gets so bloody tiresome after a while. The same music playing over and over again doesn't help either. I got sick of listening to it as a child. If you want good video game music, look no further than Banjo-Kazooie. That has some of the best game music ever. Anyway, in this world of made-up shit, Mickey has to collect stars. No way! You gotta be kidding me. Stars in a Mickey Mouse game? They're just ripping off Super Mario 64! The alarm bells are certainly ringing here. Oh, but fear not. The other collectibles in this game are mirror shards. And you have to collect all of these to complete the game. I'll be honest, when I played this game all those years ago, it was so tiresome, but at the same time it was so easy to collect those shards. If I recall, within maybe 1 or 2 sittings, the game was finished. And you're talking over 10 years ago here. I'm 20 years old now. I must have been about 7 or 8 years old, and it was so easy to do. Another alarming sign that the length of this game is too short. Hell, it would even take me even longer to complete a sitting of Super Mario Brothers than this. Seriously. And you know the worst thing? You know what I despise most about this game? Point and click. So, you may be asking, am I a fan of point and click games? Well, yes. Some of the best games ever made are point and click games. Some of them are made for computers, hence why they are called point and click games. You know, the clicking part being with the mouse. Is the GameCube remote a mouse? No. Therefore, this game instantly fails. I remember thinking that this sucked when I was a kid and feeling that it was just so rushed. And to be honest, nothing's changed. What the developers should have done was just make Mickey walk about and explore things. It should have been a game like Luigi's Mansion, because while that game doesn't utilise point and click at all, it definitely has the same sort of feel, but it works and, in my opinion, qualifies as a decent game. This is a Nintendo console, everybody, not a computer. Is there anything that I can salvage from this? I mean, So far, I've just blasted this game to smithereens. There must be something to salvage from this. Well, I suppose the graphics are decent enough. It was made in the GameCube days, after all, but something salvaged can be something very bad as well, because GameCube games, there was loads of them, and there were some GameCube games that had way better graphics than this, so yeah, it's not really a consolation, really. The game is bad. This game is a complete mess, and it's one that I definitely stay away from. It makes Spyro Enter the Dragonfly look like a masterpiece. Oh, and did I mention how much of a pain in the ass Mickey can be? If you point him in one direction, sometimes he can just aimlessly wander off in the wrong direction, as if the controller has a mind of its own. Therefore, the game is glitchy, just like Spyro. Well, screw that! I can hardly use any of the buttons on my controller because of the stupid point-and-click mechanic anyway. Who on earth thought that it was a smart move to release this piece of shit?
Magic.
Capcom? The studios that were behind the Mega Man games? A critically acclaimed series? Oh, how low the mighty have fallen. In hindsight, though, you could say that this never happened because, well, they had to go down that and it was all a dream route, just like Super Mario Bros. 2. I sense a pattern here. The stars, the whole game being a dream, a mascot. They're just ripping off Mario. It's such a shame because it makes Mickey Mouse look terrible, but thankfully I am happy to say that he's had better games before and since this was released. So overall, what do I think of Disney's Magic Mirror starring Mickey Mouse? You already know. It's a disgrace to Disney's memory. The music sucks, the gameplay is awful, we have an awful ghost that just looks like shit, and on top of it all, Mickey Mouse just wanders around aimlessly in a world of pure randomness that was all created inside his head in the end. I would have rather seen him have a wet dream about Minnie Mouse. As disgusting as that may be, it would be better than this abomination. Right. Rant over. See you next time when I review a game about another Disney icon. It can't be bad as this, can it? Well, you will have to wait and see. Take care, guys, and remember, stay away from this game. Don't forget to click the link below to subscribe to me, James Croft, aka The Obsessivian 95. Have a great day.